All right, to evaluate or to simplify this expression, what we're going to need to do are take two big concepts into consideration. One, the order of operations, and two, how we deal with fractions. First, order of operations would generally say that we multiply things before we add and subtract. The only workaround for that is these parentheses right here. The parentheses, the main use parentheses have in mathematics is to say, do this first. So what we need to do is first add these two fractions within these parentheses together. All right, let's talk about adding two fractions. When we're going to add two fractions together, the most important thing is we need to have a common denominator, or this bottom number needs to be the same. What we can do is we can take 4/5, and I'll do this on the side, and what I want to do is write this with a fraction that has a denominator of 20. To do that, and what I always can do to manipulate fractions, is to multiply the numerator and the denominator, or divide the numerator and denominator, if I'm simplifying, by the same number. So in this case, I would need to multiply the 5 by a 4 to make it a 20. I'm going to multiply the 4 on the numerator by 4 also, and what that will give me is 16. So 4/5 in terms of 20ths is 16 20ths. So that's the first move I'll do here, is to write 4/5 as 16 20ths plus the 9 20ths. And still have this multiplied by 1/2 on the outside here. Then I'm going to add those two fractions together on the inside. I add them by adding the numerators once they have the same denominator. 16 plus 9 is 25. So that's 25 20ths. Now I'm going to take that result of the addition of those two and multiply it by 1/2. When I multiply fractions, I just multiply straight across. So in the numerator here, I have 25 times 1 to get 25. And the denominator is 20 times 2 to get to 40. And the only last steps are always reduce as much as possible. In this case, I'm going to divide both of those, the numerator and the denominator. I'm going to divide them by 5, because 5 divides both of them. And what I would get is 5/8. And that is my final answer to this problem.